Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the movie The Miracle Worker 1962. And I really enjoyed this movie. It's definitely an interesting one since it's the 1962 version. Different kind of filmmaking techniques. It's in black and white. It does different kind of things with the flashbacks of not completely and utterly going back to them. But yet they're kind of like hazy and everything, but it kind of works because of the character of Anne Sullivan and how she has kind of partial blindness and kind of working within that kind of effect. Now, this is also kind of adapted from a stage play that is pretty much based on Helen Keller's life. She's blind, she's deaf, blind, and mute. Mute. Because we start the movie and we see that she's just come over this illness. She's a very small child, babyish kind of, and her mother Kate is trying to like get her to react to certain kind of things, but she's not seeing, she's not hearing, and it freaks her out, freaks her father out. And then we like go forward where she's like, like about what are we like 6-ish, between 6 and 8 age range, and they don't really know how to handle her. They've been trying to get her into different kind of schools or whatnot for the blind, and we see that she really can't. She has a way of getting around because she mainly has to go through by touch and feel, but she kind of grabs onto people, has tantrums and stuff like that. Knocked over a baby's crib. Her brother is a complete and utter dick shit asshole. Even if he can be right on things, I'm surprised that like everybody didn't like just fucking like take his ass out at any kind of point. But we see that the mother keeps hammering on the father to go to the Perkins school, and they decide to send Anne Sullivan, and she's the main instructor, teacher, mentor to Helen. She has had eye operations and everything. She wears glasses because they hurt her eyes, and the thing is, the Arthur dude, the father, is like, stop wearing those sunglasses, it's rude and everything, and she's like, the light hurts my eye. She's had 9 eye operations. Imagine having eye operations like that at around this time period. It's like, holy fucking shit. And she's like taking kind of this medicine with like these eye kind of shot glasses, which it was really kind of strange because of people that sometimes have that and do that kind of shit with alcohol. And I'm like, dude, don't do that. It's really weird. It's just strange how certain kind of things like nowadays are like, yeah, you wouldn't think a dumb fucker would do that kind of stuff, and that becomes like your kind of anchoring point, and then you're looking like, ugh, and you're like, wait a minute, that's how you would do pretty much eye drops and shit. You just fucking, I'm like, I even have weird, like everybody's got like a version of like doing fucking shit to your eyeballs, and they're like, yeah, and she's just like, whoop, gotta do this shit. But we see that I don't know, they say that she was like not even really out of her teens yet, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything. I'm like, she looks to be like 20s, 30s, or whatnot. It's the perpetual thing. Anytime you see any kind of thing going on, it's like, these are high schoolers. Those are fucking 30-year-olds, asshole. Or at least sniffing 30s asshole as it's coming up into the rear view, man. Like, fucking shit. What? But that doesn't stop anybody's acting. Like, she's a fucking awesome actress who like really sells Anne Sullivan. Let's see, cast. Damn you. Anne Bancroft is Anne Sullivan. We got Patty Duke as Helen Keller, Victor Joy as Arthur Keller, Inga Swenson as Kate Keller, and Andrew Prine as James Keller. A lot of my favorite characters were pretty much Anne, Kate, and Helen. The father is trying to do his best, but he keeps getting in his own fucked up way. The brother is a just complete asshole. Like, I can understand all the weird shit that has gone on with Helen and everything, but it's not like she did anything through her own volition that even led to this, and even if she did, that doesn't give you the right to be a complete and unrepentant prick about her. Like, holy fucking shit. It might just be like how I view sibling relationships. Sure, yeah, that comes into it. I would have to deal with that kind of stuff. There would be other kind of emotions, but I would choose not to be how smarmy of an asshole he is. I'm like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my god, I'm surprised that, like, the thing is, the actor who does it sells it so well. He is not acting bad. The character is a complete asshole. That's the thing. There's a difference between an asshole actor and an asshole character. When you got an actor that can do that asshole character, alright. So, we see Anne have a little kind of moment with the person that's kind of like sending her off, and then she's got this train traveling, which is like kind of nutty. The beginning of the movie also then kind of goes through pretty much the credits. You'd probably be like, this is kind of slow. They're at least giving you something to look at as the credits are going, and we see kind of Helen interacting and how she kind of works at this point in her life. So it does accomplish something. So even though if you're like, I'm kind of bored, can we just kind of get on with this? I get it. It's just how credits were kind of done, sometimes fronted in the beginning, which kind of led to people being like, I can be like 20 minutes late to this movie and actually see what's actually fucking going on. And then people putting it to the back end, and then you get other, like, Marvel and other kind of movies doing after credits scenes, so that way people are like, hey, I know that person, I saw my friend in the credits and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I appreciate all the people, and you should get credit for your shit. That's awesome. I always like that. That's good. Keep that. But sometimes it's like, okay, doing it at the beginning? Alright. Different kind of filmmaking. That doesn't make this bad. It's just interesting to figure out. So they pick her up at the train station after her kind of crazy ass voice. She's like, yeah, I got a trunk. And the thing is, I'm like, what the fuck? He's got to go get that trunk, and this train's like going out. It's like, what the fuck's kind of going on? Did they just kick that shit off? But she thought that they'd like bring Helen out, and she's like, alright, a mile more. Let's kind of go in there and see what's kind of going on. And trying to kind of like suss her out. She's like, alright, I got something for you, because we've seen that she's got a propensity to do dolls. The thing is, she ripped off one of her aunt's buttons because she wanted eyes on her kind of doll. That's before she like tripped over and like flipped out the baby from its crib? Rock-a-thinger? It's this little kind of wooden thing. It's like a little rocker. And then we see that she grapples onto Anne's case, and Anne's pretty much trying to suss out what she's kind of dealing with, what kind of level Helen's at. And we see that she understands people, she can figure out people, she uses touch to touch her face, figure out kind of who she is, what this thing is, wants to get into it, and of course brings up the whole thing of doll. We see that she starts using sign language to show her letters of what this thing is. But the big kind of key thing is that Helen's kind of imitating at the moment. The brother's pretty much just like, it's like a monkey. She's just imitating kind of shit. It's like, yeah, but the thing is, you got to get to that understanding moment. And that's the big kind of thing. And this movie at least showcases, in my opinion, how Anne wanted to teach, and like that kind of propensity of what teachers want to do to, like, well, good teachers. They want to unlock that certain kind of thing, that eureka moment, even if it's the smallest fucking goddamn thing. And Kate believes in Helen as well, saying that she was really advanced. At 6 months old, she knew water. She'd say, like, wah-wah, but she knew what the fuck it was. And that becomes key pivotal later on in the movie. So we see her trying to do doll cake, and kind of gets it to her, and tries to kind of teach her good girl, bad girl, trying to stop her from certain kind of stuff. Helen kind of locks her in the room, because, like, fuck that shit, because Helen's like, voila, and smacks her with the doll and kind of shit, and Anne's like, and she actually fucking loses it too. She's like, god damn, motherfucker. The dude has to come and get her with a fucking ladder to get her out, because Helen hid the key. And then Anne's like, you little bastard, you fucking know what you're doing. Because she's got the key, she spits it out of her mouth and fucking drops it in the well. I was like, alright. And then, of course, the dude's like, dinner and shit. It's like, of course, different kind of timing, like, dinner was lunch, supper was dinner, all that kind of stuff. Keep that in mind if you're watching this. You're like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Why are you eating this dinner so early? Because dinner was lunch and dinner was supper. all that kind of stuff. You interchange what kind of meal you've got. It's kind of like Hobbit meals. It's like, what about second breakfast, luncheon, afternoon tea, snacks and shit like that? It's like, yeah, you've got a lot of different kind of names for a lot of different kind of meals and a lot of different kind of things. So we get a lot of different kind of things of her remembering her life, her trying to work with her brother who had a bad leg and dying, and then being pretty much put into asylums and stuff like that, before we start getting into... Now, this also links up later on because she starts bringing this up to the parents, because we get a lot of interesting kind of set pieces here. We get the big one of food, how Helen is just allowed to kind of take off people's plates, and Anne's like, I ain't doing that shit. And we'd seen that she pretty much hurt Anne, and then was given something to kind of stop her kind of tantrum. It's like, you're rewarding her for hurting me. What the fuck's kind of going on with this? And Anne kind of understands that. So she has this giant fucking fight, which is not fight. She's trying to teach Helen, but it's this giant battle of wits. It's kind of like Helm's fucking Deep kind of shit. And you're looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a small scale one. But the thing is, this is years of being taught how to do a certain thing, and she is trying to break this as she locks herself in with Helen to get her to eat with a spoon and fold her napkin, and she fucking accomplishes it. It is insane. The cinematography is on point because they don't jump cut or anything like this. This is like how I do my videos, where I do them in one take, where it's like, you better get this shit, as they're kind of going around and seeing Helen going over and under and trying to do all these kind of things. At first, trying to get out and escape, and then getting stuck on a chair and grabbing herself to the chair, and doing everything she can to get her to behave properly. Well, in their views of properly. I do like how this balances it, because Arthur and the brother think that there's no hope there, that she should just be shuffled off, and Anne's like, fuck that North, and I should have fucking died in the asylum and shit, as it's like horrible, as people with diseases and just being treated horrendously, people dying like ain't nobody's business. It's like, it's not worth it. So she pretty much comes up with this thing, because Arthur's like, that was horrendous, and then it's like, you ready for dinner? And like, you ready for the next meal? It's like, god damn it, we spent all this time. Alright, fine, fucking do it. Helen, of course, is like, I ain't fucking going anywhere near that lady. And I'm like, it's funny that their whole thing is monkey see, monkey do with Helen. However, she has clearly learned, I need to avoid that fucking asshole, otherwise I'm gonna get fucked. I'm like, that shows that she knows things and learns about these consequences and actions. So, Anne proposes this. Alright, listen. And it's funny because trying to lead the father to that kind of thing is like, alright, I found this house. Does anybody use that? This is like a hunting winter fucking hoo-ha-la. It's like, I'm gonna fucking fire you and toss you out of here. And then she kind of tells all the kind of stuff. And then like, listen, give me 2 weeks with her and me. I was like, if she tolerates, fine, that's the objective. Okay. And then she's teaching her, like, but the thing is, she gets certain kind of things, but she hasn't had that eureka moment. She's able to sign. Percy is also utilized. He is drawn in. I'm like, dude, this kid doesn't deserve this shit. Like, you at least gotta tell the kid why he's here and what what you want to accomplish with him. As Anne utilizes Percy to make Helen jealous. And be like, alright, doing this, understanding, getting her more tolerant of Anne, getting her to dress herself, to then get breakfast and everything like that, and eat properly. And they're like, holy fucking shit. And they're like, you did this, we're good. And she's like, give me more time, because she's trying to, she has this frustration because she still just thinks of it as this finger game. She hasn't gotten that kind of hit point yet. So they go back, Helen's home, all the favorite foods and everything like that, but then she starts falling back into her old ways. It's like, mother fucking damn it. And all the rest of them are just ready to go back to business as usual. It's like, then you're just gonna, then you shouldn't have even done the 2 weeks. Because at least you had already had her at a certain kind of point. She had an understanding, you had an understanding. This, as it starts small, flipping down the napkin and everything, and Anne's like, no, we need to figure this out and stop this. And the thing is, this movie's like just shy of 2 hours, but it doesn't feel like it. It's like, holy fucking shit, as we're getting to that kind of climax kind of feel. And they then start the battle again, almost similar to the first kind of meal. But the thing is, we start moving a little bit more and more, and then there's this water involved. Like, she's tossing shit at Anne, and then she does water on her, and they go out to get more water from the well, and that's when Helen has her epiphany. And she's like, no, it's like she stops. Like, Anne is trying to be like, fill the fucking thing. But then she's like, she's able to make the word Wawa. And Anne's like, oh! Like, they're both like, fucking shit. And then starts going, and that's the thing. That's the key. And then she's like, this. And like, what's this? Ground. And then tree and everything. Mother, father. And then just like breaking down and being like, that's it. It's never about like the cognitive true ability. It's like, how do you communicate? What's the communication factor? How? It's like the Rosetta Stone. I can tell somebody what a mouse is or what a phone is, but them understanding what my words mean versus what the object is and being able to make that connection of what we have there. If they call this a fliggerflorple, and that's, you just have to get that through and be like, even if it's some kind of different thing, if you can figure out what your word is and what their word is and make that connection, it's really fucking awesome. And then seeing them just falling to pieces and being like, holy fucking shit. And then like even Helen coming later and kissing her and being like loving them, that they kind of love each other, because you do get that kind of love between like a student and a teacher. It's a different kind of love, not a creepy kind of love or whatnot, but like that kind of bit of like, holy shit, we've done something and we've accomplished something. And there's various different loves. Like, you can love pizza, but it's a different kind of love than saying, I love pizza so much I'm gonna fuck it. And it's like, all right, no thank you, not the creepy kind. It's like, no, what the fuck? There's a lot of different kinds of love. Like, you can love your friends, you can love a pet, but it doesn't mean you would love it in a certain kind of way that you would like a significant other. Or just like, you know what, I kind of love this thing. And it's interesting to like ruminate on that, because some people be like, love, that's too big of a word on that, unless it is a different level of love. Like, I can like something, I can love something, and then I like, it's like, oh, and then I can really love something. Like, oh yeah, kind of shit. And just seeing them go from these forces that it's just this personal level that it is a kind of like war between them two. They are comfortable with each other. That would not work as well if you didn't have these actors and they had the content to really fucking go on it and really execute it well. And damn, they fucking do it. It worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, I completely get that and understand it. It doesn't work for everybody on certain kind of things. And that's the real big thing of what I've done with doing these reviews. And that I can accept. It's like, some people will awesomely love something like Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm like, it's not my thing, but I'm glad that you get that out of it, that like awesome positivity and love, and can enjoy that kind of thing. Never want to take that shit away. Some things I love, people fucking hate. I'm like, I get it. Like, Miracle Whip on tater tots or whatnot. I was taught that Miracle Whip was kind of like mayonnaise or whatnot, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's a difference between Miracle Whip and mayonnaise? And I'm like, okay, alright. Because then I started getting food, and I'm like, it's... Because I see people be like, tater tots and mayonnaise, what the fuck? And it's like, alright, now I don't fucking, like, love the kind of shit, but I'm like, yeah, it's tasty on certain occasions. It's those kinds of things. It's like, Yeah, but I really enjoyed this one and can see why people like this so much. My mom turned me on to this one, and I'm like, yeah, this was good. It was like coming on one of the channels, and we were able to record it, and it was one of the movie kind of channels. So yeah, though I would really like this one physically Blu-ray. I would like them to do it 4K, but they want to make sure that it fucking crashes and burns, and you don't get to have your kind of shit. Again, another kind of conversation that has been had and will be had in the future. But I would definitely recommend this one because it's a different kind of movie. The battles are more personal and not of blood and guts and gore, but of attempting to teach someone something, and how sometimes that is the most thankless kind of thing possible, but when you get that kind of breakthrough, it's the best goddamn fucking thing you ever fucking gonna get. And you're like, yeah. So, I really enjoyed this and would recommend this. It's not really nutty. It's definitely of its time, and of course, documenting a time even further back from it. So, keep that in mind when watching it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this and would recommend this. So those are my opinions on the movie. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.